something. Can you guys see my screen? Hello. Okay, thank you. So today's session, I'll be telling about prompt engineering. So in prompt engineering, I'll be sharing what I learned about how to craft a good prompt. So I have used the word craft over here and not write because I like while learning, I came across this line, which is like prompt engineering is as much art as it is science. So it has to be crafted and not written. It has to be crafted in such a way that ChatGPT or some LLM is just a model with a lot of information. And it is our task, it is our art to extract as much information we can, but what we require. The extract the required information in the format that is useful to us. So prompt engineering involves getting responses iteratively till we get a desired outcome. So we might give a task to ChatGPT and it might provide us with responses. This is what we have been doing from the past months, but the actual and the correct way of doing it is to iteratively alter the responses and come to a point which response will actually satisfy our needs. Suppose we come up with the idea that we have to ask ChatGPT to give us personalized training or workout for 3 months. So for that idea, we'll generate a prompt. We can write that give me a 3-month plan for my workout, and then the results will be given. But suppose you're not into yoga, you're not into gym, you're into Pilates, or you're in some specific workout. So for that, you will have to give feedback to the feedback using a prompt to the ChatGPT that please alter the workouts according to these needs. Please keep the level to beginner or advanced, or I'm not following that much diet, so I'll have to cover it up with my diet. So in this way, we can get specific and altered responses from ChatGPT, and we can iteratively keep on improving them until we come to a point which satisfies us fully. So, for crafting a basic prompt, the 6 basic components which I've come across is the first one is a task, which is mandatory. It actually contains what action you want to take from the user. For example, here it is given, give me a 3-month training program. The task is what you want the ChatGPT to perform, and it mostly starts with a verb like generate, give, write, analyze. So it actually gives a specific thing that a ChatGPT has to do. Like you can also give it to multitask. You can provide a text and write, analyze this text and generate a summary of the text. So in this task, we are actually asking the ChatGPT to multitask. In the same way, context and example are the 2 most important things that you can provide the ChatGPT using a prompt. If you only give the ChatGPT information, like give me a 3-month training program, then it will randomly give you a list of exercises that you will have to do every day. But if I'm giving my gender and what is my weight to the ChatGPT, then it might give me some better responses. So for the demo, if I'm only giving this one response to ChatGPT, so it actually is giving me a workout plan which works on my fitness, strength, endurance, and all those things. It has given me a mixture of workouts like cardio, strength, squats, and planks, which is a mix of all types of workouts. But if I give it some but if I give it some context, what do I prefer and what do I like? So here comes context. Context is mostly tricky to write because we can provide with endless information. I can give ChatGPT what type of workout I like, what do I eat during the day so that my workout can minimize my fats, what if I want certain fat reduction in my specific body parts, like I want to reduce my belly fat, but I don't want to reduce my hands or looks very thin. So in this way, we can provide ChatGPT with a lot of information which will help us to alter our results. But it is not important to provide this much information. So three main aspects that we must cover in the context part are like the user background. So in the user background, I covered here that I'm a 62 kg female. And what does the success look like? What is my goal? What is my objective? Like I have to here I've mentioned that I have to reduce 4 kg of excess fat, or you can also mention that you have to gain 4 kg of muscle mass. So in this way, ChatGPT will also alter your responses and your workout plans. What environment they are in. So how much time I'm giving or I will dedicate to the workout plan, like 5 days minimum, maximum of 45 minutes. And here I've also mentioned my preferences like home workouts and yoga. I don't like to go to the gym. So in this case, if I put this prompt in ChatGPT, so here it is mostly giving me HIIT training and body weight exercises, which do not involve strength training or gym workouts. Like here, lower body strength plus core, yoga for flexibility. So it has also included yoga in this case. So going on to the next case, which is an example. So how an example works is that example is not compulsory for our prompt, but studies have shown that examples give more accurate results. Like if we give example, like if we are writing an email to a company to give them our services, to offer them with our services, then we can give them an example of another email which we have written about for another company, so that it can take the example and it can take the template and alter it and create a new template which will match our requirements for another company. So in this way, the first three components, which is task, context, and example, have been covered. Where task is mandatory, which tells us what task will be performed by the ChatGPT or the LLM. Context tells us the background of about all the information that is required for the task to be altered according to our requirements. And example gives the LLM an example of how the task must be performed. Now coming to the next points, persona, format, and tone. In persona, we tell the AI what do you want the AI to be. For example, we are expecting the AI to write an essay about my mother. But the essay that a small 5-year-old child will write and a 15-year-old child will write, the choice of words and the expressions, the values expressed in that essay will be different. So you don't want those to come out in a generalized format. So if you have an essay writing competition in your college, then you have to mention that I am a 21-year-old student studying in engineering college and I have this essay writing competition. You can also mention how many words essay you want. So like that, you have to tell AI to be a person that you want him to be. Like you can also tell him to be a trainer, which has 10 years of experience in body transformation. So in like this, he will give you a chart or timetable with more experienced workouts and more experienced suggestions for your diet plan. And ChatGPT also has this that if you give it the name of a famous person or fictional character, if you tell him to write an email from a Batman or for a Batman, then it can also alter the email according to that. Now, format. How exactly do you want your output? So we can also, like in the ChatGPT Plus versions, we can also generate outputs in CSV format, or tables. Tables we can generate in the normal version as well, but we can also generate formats in CSV format. We can generate format in PPT format. So whatever format we want, we can ask the ChatGPT to do that for us. Like here it is mentioned, create a chart with weekly plan for 3 months. So instead of just giving me pointers and workout plan, it will create a chart which will be useful, which I can even print out and put it in my room for that purpose. The next one is tone, which is completely optional, but it is very useful in the terms of content writing. Like if we are writing an email or if we are writing an Instagram post. So in this, for writing captions, for in these cases, tone is very important. Like even if you are approaching for a job through an email, then you can, and you don't exactly know that what tone you should keep. Then you can, for that also, you can ask ChatGPT that I am writing an email for a job, for seeking a job, and I want to sound serious, but at the same time, I want to look apart from other candidates that will be applying. So what adjectives should I use for my prompt, which will alter the tone of my email in such a way that I stand out and I come off to be serious and smart than everyone else who is applying. So it will give you a list of sentences, phrases, or adjectives which will make your email optimized to get you a job letter. So apart from this six, there is some additional components which you can add, like temperature. Temperature, it decides the creativity of your responses. It is almost from 0 to 1, 1 being the maximum creativity. Like if you are expecting a code generation from the given task, then you can keep the temperature to 0. But if you are expecting the ChatGPT to generate a creative poem or a creative idea or some content generation type of thing, then you have to keep it to 0.7 or 0.8 to maximize its creativity. You can also mention the max length or the max response length that you want for your response. Clarifying the audience is also very important. Like we can ask questions like, what is an LLM to a ChatGPT? And it will give us a response in that way. But if you want to, if that question is being asked, or if that question is, you want to answer that question to a 5-year-old, then you can even mention there that your audience is a 5-year-old boy who is curious about LLMs. So the ChatGPT will alter its responses to match the logic or the IQ of a 5-year-old boy, and in that language, it will explain LLMs to him. However, if you tell that your audience is a 25-year-old software developer, then it will include complexities, and it will not explain it that much, how much it will be explaining to a 5-year-old. And then providing information along with context. So in this case, you can actually provide information. For example, I tried to do this. Like I went on the Noveracion global homepage and I copied all the content, and that will act as a information that I will include in my context. Like this is the information about this company. You have to act as a founder or a CEO, and you have to generate a PPT to onboard the interns, and it actually gave me almost the same PPT, that like we saw on our onboarding's first day. So it was pretty helpful when we use information along with context. These are some advanced prompt strategies like zero shot learning, few shot learning, and chain of thought process. So before this, I would like to show you that the previous prompt gave us a workout plan like this. However, when we put like I follow this fitness YouTuber Chloe Ting. She is mostly known for her body transformation plans, and she mostly does HIIT and body weight training. So if and she's quite famous. So if we provide ChatGPT with this response, where we have also provided the format that we want a chart. We don't want it in pointers. We have provided the background. We have provided the environment. We have provided or the whom you want the we have provided the persona, like you have to be creating. We have even told the chat GPT about what persona we want it to be, and now I'll expect some answer with charts and which is specific to my needs. And talking about the PPT example, here I did mention a task to create a PowerPoint presentation for onboarding of engineering interns. The context was that the company details are given below, where I copy pasted the company's homepage. After that, I also mentioned that use only the information that is relevant and required for students to get a good understanding of this company, so that the irrelevant information will not be included in the PPT and our purpose of PPT will be fulfilled. Persona, you are the founder and CEO of the company. So this PPT will not be presented by any employee. The founder and CEO will be presenting this PPT and actually making this PPT. The format should be 5 slides, PPT content. So it gave me a detailed description of 5 slides with title and pointers, and also I kept the tone as welcoming and warm so that it won't be just informational. It should be interactive and it should be very easily understandable by the engineering students. So here we get a chart. We got an actual chart, week-wise charts with all the 5 days, because I had told it that I'll be only working for 5 days on my body. And here it includes yoga, hit cardio, strength workouts like this. So then where is it? So the next advanced prompt strategies are zero shot learning, few shot learning, and chain of thought process. In zero shot learning, we give direct instructions about to the model about a task without giving additional examples. So here I've created a prompt. Yes. So here I'm giving the prompt about analyzing the sentiment of a sentence to ChatGPT. And this is actually a zero shot learning, so I haven't provided with any examples. So, and another was a few shot learning. So for that also I've created a prompt here. We actually learn through examples, and it gives us more accurate results. Like if this sentence wouldn't have been obvious, like amazing and amazing and would buy it again, these words would have not been used in this sentence and it would have been neutral, then it would have confused the ChatGPT. But when you give all the 3 cases, then it becomes easy for the ChatGPT and the LLM to understand what response it has to give. Other than that, we also have chain of thought process, where we tell the ChatGPT how we are thinking and how we solve a problem and give them another set of problems which will be solved in the same way. Here there is an example like solve the following math problem. John has 5 apples, buys more 8, adds in apples and 13. In this way, after giving 2 problems, the final answer was expected. So we'll also try to put this over there. we directly got the answer as 14 pencils here. Just to show the power of examples, now I'll just give a final prompt without any task, without any context, without any other component or parameter. I'll be only giving it examples, and I'll be expecting an output for the last example that I'll be giving. I'm actually using you as a addition sign over here, but the ChatGPT will automatically detect what I'm trying to say and apply the same algorithm and the same logic to rest of my data or the examples or the questions I ask. So firstly, it is showing the logic of how it is assessing the examples. After assessing the examples, it is giving the correct results. So in this way, we see the power of examples, how important it is to give examples to ChatGPT so that we get our required solution. This was it. Yes, thank you. Any questions?
Thanks, Aditi, for the wonderful session. It was like really informative.
Thank you.
Probably we could reach out to you with any questions, any specific questions if we have. Maybe we'll try some more prompts on our end with the examples that you've shown, and then we could reach out to you.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, we'll take a pause here and have a wonderful evening, everybody. And again, we'll connect tomorrow for our regular meetings. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.